Complex. As we get hour 2 underway here in America's Newsroom, we bring in Chuck Nash, former U.S. Navy captain and a Fox News military analyst. You have been listening, sir, to the conversation that is going on the floor of the Senate right now with Senator McCain and Senator Lindsey Graham both speaking very forcefully that they believe the president needs to take action and to overcome the lack of residual forces that were left in Iraq that they believe created this situation.
Diplomatic strategy that involves
yeah, and they make very good points, but in the end, I disagree with their conclusion. The point is that we bolted out of Iraq, we left nothing, and now all of a sudden we're looking for a knee-jerk reaction to do something. This is not the time to jump into the middle of a religious war that is turning into a civil war on the political side. Here's the thing, Martha. A group like ISIS, as barbaric as they are, there just are not enough of them to have done what has been done, which is take over that eastern part of Syria and the northwestern part of Iraq. They could not have done that without the direct support of the Sunni tribes in the area. In other words, ISIS is the catalyst. The underlying seething hatred is the Sunni have been disaffected because the Maliki government, which the United States twice supported in his elections, has been abusing the Sunni minority, breaking promises to them, and they're fed up. It's political in that the ex-Baathists are still out there. It's religious in that it's Sunni against Shia, and there's an economic component in that the North has not been allowed to export oil. So you've got all of these things, and you throw in that spark of ISIS, and the black flags go up, and they're going to deal with them because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and it's a temporary alliance. We shouldn't get wrapped into thinking that the people in northern and western Iraq want to live under the kind of barbaric, prehistoric political ideology that these Islamists have. In fact, the Baathists and the Islamists are bitter enemies, and the Islamists would like nothing more than to stand up the Baathists against the wall and blow their brains out. So this is not an overall situation that the United States should now jump into because our Gulf Arab allies are Sunni, and they're saying, stay out of this, don't choose sides. And the Iranians are saying, oh, yeah, come on in and beat up some more Sunnis for us. This is a mess.
You make excellent points, and I'm hearing them echoed to a certain extent by General Petraeus, who is speaking in London, who says we cannot become the Air Force for the Shia army. Which is Iran, enabling these Shiite groups throughout the southern part of Iraq. I mean, you're very right with all of your background in this to point out this is an extremely complicated situation, and it's too late, it sounds like, from what you're saying in terms of what can be done in a simple military way. And I go back to Syria and the red line that was crossed, and the fact that early on we were told that there was an ability to back a significant small rebel group in Syria that would have been able to topple Assad and may have prevented all of this from happening, because ISIS is the group that was emboldened by our lack of action in Syria. Is that not right?
It is. You lay down red lines that get crossed. What you're really doing is you're turning on green lights elsewhere. And the green light is the United States has squandered whatever standing we had and authority that we had and strength that we had in the world, and now the lunatics are taking over the asylums. So to try to now go out there and jump in, it's like, oh, okay, great. Let's take a military solution. Let's go in and start bombing mostly not ISIS people, but Sunni tribesmen. Let's go in and start bombing them, because take no doubt about this, Martha. The majority of the people fighting and moving south toward Baghdad are not ISIS fighters. There are a couple thousand of those guys. The vast majority are Sunni tribesmen who are fed up with the political system in Baghdad.
All right, we got to go. Captain Nash, thank you very much. Good to have you with us.
You bet, Martha.
All right, on the same story now.